Hello, everyone. My name is Laura Jewell, and I'm the transfer coordinator here in the Office of Admissions at UNLV. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the process of a transfer applicant through the Office of Admissions and through the admission process at UNLV. So who is a transfer student? A transfer student is a student that has earned college level credits after they graduated from high school. The admission requirements for a transfer students are a 2.5 GPA with at least 24 transferable credits, or from a Nevada two-year institution graduate, an Associate of Arts, Associate of Business, or Associate of Sciences is another transfer admission criteria. So the students that do not meet the 2.5 GPA criteria and they are graduating or they have already graduated from an NSHE two-year institution with one of the three listed associate degrees are admissible into UNLV. Students with fewer than 24 transferable credits can still apply as transfer students at UNLV. However, we will be asking them to submit their high school transcript for evaluation purposes. In terms of transferring credits at UNLV, UNLV does accept college level coursework, so non-remedial and non-vocational coursework from a regionally accredited 2- or 4-year institution. So regionally accredited is the same accreditation that UNLV has. Official transcripts from all previously attended institutions are required after the student has submitted their application for admission. We will not move forward with the evaluation process if the student has not submitted all of their transcripts from all previously attended institutions, and those transcripts are submitted in a sealed envelope, or the student can reach out to each institution and have them sent electronically to UNLV. Additionally, an earned Associate of Arts, Associate of Business, or Associate of Sciences from an NSHE institution will waive the general education requirements here at UNLV. We do have a transfer agreement with the California Community Colleges. So an IGETI or breadth certification that is listed on the student's transcript, so the institution from where they earned that certification, will also waive their general education requirements. Obviously, with the exception of Nevada Constitution, which is our unique requirement for all NSHE graduates. In terms of resources for our transfer student population, first and foremost, for our CSN transfer students, we do have the UNLV CSN transfer office where the students can actually go and schedule an appointment with a transition advisor, and they can learn about how their credits are transferring to UNLV and could count towards their degree that they would like to pursue here. We also have Transferology, which is a great resource for all of our student populations, or our out-of-state student population as well. Students can go under transferology.com, or they can go under the unlv.edu/admission/transfer website and click on the Transferology link. They can create an account that's free of charge, and they can plug in their coursework from their previously attended institution and see how, if and how this course is transferring to UNLV. So the transfer team meets with prospective domestic transfer in-state and out-of-state students. We also meet with the international transfer students and domestic with non-US coursework. We do advise our students and we guide them throughout the application process. So how to submit an application, what are the next steps after submitting the application. And we also can talk to the students briefly about financial aid possibilities here at UNLV. For those students that do not meet the admission criteria, we do guide them through alternative ways of being admitted into UNLV, either at a later time or through reconsideration and appeals. We do have a Faculty Senate Appeals Committee that the students can send an application through. We do have additional documentation that the student has to provide for appeals. This appeals is created of faculty at UNLV that represents the 10 colleges, and faculty has an individual vote on admitting or denying the student into UNLV. The student does have to provide 2 letters of recommendation and a personal statement in order to be considered for going through the Faculty Senate Appeals Committee. If you are working with a student that was denied admission into UNLV, but they are still interested in trying to get either a reconsideration or go through appeals, please connect them with me. My contact information is going to be listed on this last slide of this presentation. In terms of CSN students that have been denied admission due to the fact that they do not meet the GPA criteria, if the students are close to earning an Associate of Arts, Associate of Sciences, or Associate of Business from an NC institution, we are reconsidering their admission decision. The transfer team also talks about the general credit evaluation process based on transferology and test tables. Let me share with you a little bit about the annual tuition and fees. So for the 2023-2024 academic year, an in-state annual tuition for a student that will be full-time enrolled in at least 15 credits per semester is $9,200. For an out-of-state student is $2,600. For more information and for a tuition estimator, we do have a calculator that is to be found on the unlv.edu/cashiering website, where the students can input in the number of credits they are planning to take, and the calculator will estimate their tuition. The application for financial aid and scholarships, so we do have FAFSA and alternate need form. The FAFSA application is opening every single year on October 1st. So the application for FAFSA for the year 2023-2024 is now available and students can apply. Students that are non-FAFSA eligible can apply for the alternate need form, and that can be found on our financial aid website or simply under the unlv.today/ANF. In terms of the application deadlines for the transfer students, because we do offer scholarships for our transfer student population, the priority deadline for financial aid and scholarship consideration for transfer students is March 15th of 2023. For students that are interested in applying for the fall 2023 term. The regular application deadline for students that are interested in applying for the spring of 2023 term is December 1st. And for the students that are interested in applying for fall of 2024 is July 1st. I would like to make a point that the application deadlines are the same every year. So December 1st is usually the application deadline for spring applications, and July 1st is the application deadline for fall applications. And we are talking strictly about transfer students. So let's talk a little bit about the next steps after a transfer student is admitted into UNLV. So their very next step is to accept their admission into UNLV. Accepting admission into UNLV is not binding the student to UNLV. So at a later time, if the student made up their mind or anything has happened in their personal life, or they simply decided not to attend UNLV anymore, they can get in contact with the Office of Admissions, or they can get in contact with their admission counselor. In this case is myself, and they can let us know that they are no longer interested in attending UNLV, and we will discontinue their application. If a student accepts their admission into UNLV, their next step is to schedule an appointment with their academic advising center. In order for UNLV admitted students to be able to enroll in classes for the term they were admitted for, they need to speak to their academic advisor. All of our students, the first year incoming students and the transfer incoming students, are required to attend new student orientation. This program is put in place in order to inform our newly admitted students about UNLV in general and academic support and student support here at UNLV, and just make the new admitted students more familiar with the UNLV campus. Our students can remain connected with us through our media platforms, and also by coming on campus tours during the academic year or before they start their semester. So the students and yourself, you can contact us at this point in time. The transfer team consists only of myself, Laura, Jewel. You could see on the screen what I'm responsible for. One other thing that I did not mention throughout this presentation, but I will mention it here just because it's on the screen, is that I am also working with CSN High School and Nevada State High School. Those two high schools have obviously dual enrollment, so the students that are going through the high schools to complete their high school diploma, they are also taking college level coursework. And so if you come across any students that are currently enrolled in CSN High School or Nevada State High School, please put them in contact with me, and I will be guiding them through the application process for admission. As these two groups, so these two high schools, the students are interested in applying to UNLV, they will be considered first-year applicants. I am also the admission liaison for the Faculty Senate Appeals Committee, and I am also the liaison for the MGMCOP program, and also for the Paraprofessional Pathways program here at UNLV. At this point in time, I do work with all transfer students. So if you have any inquiries, please let me know. You can best reach me via my email address, and that is laura.jewel@unlv.edu. I do hope that this short informational session was helpful for you. And again, if you have additional questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.